Hello everyone, this is Maria from Vancouver, Canada, and for the people that do not know me, I am an instructor, an examiner, and I've been in the industry for a long time. So I've seen a lot of things come and go, good things and bad things. So today I'm going to talk about something slightly controversial about the skin that we see here called some people call it cuticles, some people call it eponychium. So I'm going to talk a little bit more the definition and why you should or should not cut this simple skin that surrounds the nail plate. For the individuals that have seen a lot of my tutorials, I love bringing forward diagrams and pictures because they say one picture is 1,000 words, and this is the way I love to teach. So let's look at this simple diagram. It's the anatomy of the finger, and the two terms here that a lot of individuals have some difficulties in pointing out the area because there's a lot of confusion out there. So I like to explain the difference between the matrix and the nail root first. The matrix itself is made up of connective tissue, live tissue full of blood and lymph, and the disconnected tissue nourishes the nail root. In the nail root area, we will have cell division, and the cell division of the nail. And so in this area here, as the cells divide, so here they're very active and alive. As they divide, they're pushed forward, and as they're pushed forward, the cell itself, they die and they get hardened, and they are filtered with keratin, hard protein, and is pushed forward. Now, the next terminology that there is a lot of confusion between nail technicians and manicurists is the terminology of eponychium versus cuticle. Okay, so let's define that a little bit, and I'm sure by the time we finish this little tutorial, you will have a good understanding. So the area that we have a lot of blood is called the nail fold. This is the area that you do not touch because you see this tutorial is about cutting or not cutting the cuticle. Okay, so the nail fold itself is this area here and is full of blood. The next skin here, which a lot of times is kind of clear, is called the eponychium. So let me give you a little diagram here of actually my nail. Eponychium. So the eponychium, so the nail fold is right in here just above, and you can see it's full of blood because it's kind of more pinkish, okay? In this area here and in here. But the eponychium is this clear skin. And the purpose of the eponychium is almost like a seal to protect the nail matrix and the nail root, which is found right underneath here. That is the eponychium. Now, okay, Maria, so the cuticle, there we go. Now we're going to go to the next one here. The cuticle is found right on the nail. That is the part that is advisable, especially when you apply polish or whatever, to somewhat buff it off or cut it off so you can clip it. So the cuticle is found attached onto the nail. I have another diagram here so you can see. This nail technician, what she's doing, she's cutting not the cuticle, she's cutting the eponychium. So she has to be very careful. There's the nail nippers here. So she has to be very careful not to cut the nail fold, because if you go into the nail fold in this area here, believe me, you're going to make the client bleed. The eponychium is cut, and this is where we have no blood. So now that we have a good understanding the difference between eponychium, cuticle and the nail fold, you can make a decision with your client if this is something that she wants to remove. Now, if you decide to remove the eponychium, be very careful not to pull onto this little skin, otherwise you will cause hangnails. The nail technician that decides that the client wants to apply nail extensions such as gel, acrylics, or simple shellac, like the nail gels, then the nail plate needs to be totally dehydrated and with no contamination of oils. So that's why to remove the eponychium might be a good idea. What I would like to do right now is to go through quickly some of the basic tools for the manicure and the basic procedure of a manicure. So the first thing that you need to do, of course, before you soak is to file the nail properly. I will have another tutorial to explain exactly how you file the nail. After you filed all of them, they look all similar. Then that's the time that you put cuticle remover, and you push the cuticles back and the eponychium, and you soak for 3 to 5 minutes. After you soak the fingernails, you take them out, and this is the time that I would use this brush, because by using this brush, you can bring it over here, you can actually remove a lot of the cuticle. Remember, the cuticle is different from the eponychium. If she has a lot of eponychium or cuticle, this is a time that you would use the nail clippers if that's the choice that you make. Okay, after that you could use a 3-way buffer, and the 3-way buffer also removes a lot of the cuticle. Remember, the cuticle is stuck onto the nail plate. This is first, because this is the rougher one. Then you use this one here to remove any light cuticle that you want to remove. And then this one here is to give a little bit of the shine to the nail. After you've done that, that is the time that you will use the cuticle oil. And you apply the cuticle oil on all 5 fingers first, and then you would do the other hand. Cuticle oil is not only good for the cuticle, but you can also massage it onto the full finger. It's not only for the cuticle, right throughout the finger. And of course, if there's any skin, you can clip it if you wish, or just push it back. So if you do this procedure, you really never need to clip the eponychium. So let's look at these tools. Which tools are you going to disregard, and which tools you can reuse? The hand bath or the soaker can be cleaned, sterilized with a medical grade disinfectant, so it's reusable. This is reusable, disinfected properly. Please wash these properly too. This, and this is not reusable. This is what you will give to your client at the end of the service. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this tutorial. So now you know the difference between eponychium and cuticle. Now you can give the right information and knowledge to your client. So together you can make a decision which procedure is best for her. Remember to subscribe and press the little bell on the right hand side, so when I'm on, you can view my uploaded tutorials right away. Again, this is Maria from Vancouver, Canada, and I sign out, and I talk with you soon.